We're live. We're live. We're live. We're live. How you guys doing there today? Nice to have you here today. I'm just reading a message here from StreamYard. Anyway, welcome to the show, the big show here, Traveling with Bruce, Monday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Be there or be square. Welcome one and all to my weekly show talking about cruise ships and traveling and whatever else you want to talk about. I have a question for all of you guys today. I'm going to save it up here in just a second. I want to see how many folks are going to join me live. I'm going to put you guys to work. You're going to tell me. I'm going to give you a question. You're going to give me answers. Some of you will have more than one because I know you people. I know the way you think. I know the way you are. You're like me, and you can't just give me a single set answer. You're going to give me multiple, and it's all right. It's okay. You can give me as many answers as you want. It's not a trivia question, but I've got a question for you guys out there. I want to know. Tell me, here it is. When you go for a drive in your car and you have control of the radio, let's say you're by yourself. You know, not all of us are by ourselves often anymore. The older we get, we have to travel with significant others. You know how it is. It's all right. But when you're in your car by yourself and you got a little time and you can listen to whatever you want to listen to, what music you want to listen to, you tell me, what do you like listening to in your car? Who is it? Who's the artist? What's the group? Is there a specific album or song or era of music? For me, if I've got control of the car and there's no one else in there to yell at me, you know who I'm talking about, right? When someone's yelling at me to shut the music down, she's just over there. I love to crank up the Boston. I put Boston. I'll put on Boston. If I had my choice, if I had my druthers, I would pull out some Led Zeppelin. I'm just a kid from 1974. That's all I am. I'm 17 years old. I want to put on the music I love to listen to. Tell me the music you want to hear. What genre? Do any of you out there have XM radio? And if you do, what's your favorite radio station on XM radio? And when you were kids, you remember when you were kids? These are the good old days. When you were like 16 to 25, probably more like 17, 18. What was your favorite radio station where you used to live? Do you remember the call letters of your radio station? I used to listen to Chum FM out of Toronto. I used to listen to Chum AM, but then I went to Chum FM as soon as FM was available, and I could listen to Boston and Led Zeppelin on there in stereo. I couldn't believe the difference between that crappy AM version and the FM version. Ooh, what were you listening to? David Bowie, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. Did Woodstock affect you? I'm sure it affected a lot of you. Tell me, come on, give it to me. If you have any questions about cruise ships, come on, give me the questions about cruise ships, of course. We'll talk about that. I've got a little bit of news for you about the traveling thing. It ain't good. I don't have like happy news to tell you, like, oh, we're going cruising tomorrow. I'm not going to tell you that. But I'll be straight and honest with you with respect to what's going on out there. But yes, let me know. What are your thoughts? Talk to me. What music turned you on when you were of that age? And now today, if you're in your car by yourself, are you listening to country? Are you listening to Garth? Are you listening to Dwight Yoakam? I mean, you crank up some Dwight Yoakam. You got some good stuff going. Talk to me, people. I want to hear it. Let's confessions. It's time to confess. And welcome to the channel. Welcome to the show. Raise your hand. I want to know. All you got to say is you can give me a one-word answer. Yes. The answer I want is yes. If this is the case, who on this channel, who of you right now are watching me live, did all of you watch Don Terris on Saturday night when he went live for the first time? Don's Family Vacations. Just type in yes if you did. Did you catch it? What did you think of that? Don, God, I love Don so much. I'm so proud of him. He hit 100,000 subscribers a couple weeks ago. The first cruise guy to really, dedicated cruise guy to do that, other than Gary Bembridge out of the UK. Here's a guy out of Canada who did it. I'm so proud of him. And he went live on Saturday night for the very first time. He had never gone live on his own before. He's been a guest on my show. He's been on with Tony and Don and I, the three amigos. We've been live together, but Don never went live on his own. He went live Saturday night, and I was watching about 40 minutes before he started the show, because I know what it's like to go live. I know exactly what it's like to go live on YouTube. And I was kind of curious to see how Don was doing it. And I was watching the meter, how many people were waiting for him to start the show. And about 45 minutes before he started the show, he had like 70 or 80 already waiting. Then with about a half an hour to go, he got up to over 100. Then with 15 minutes to go, he was over 200. With over 5 minutes to go, he was up over 300-400. Then with a minute to go, he was hitting 700-800. Then he went live. He was over 1,000. And then he had 1,650 concurrent viewers watching him live. He was getting 1,650 watch minutes for every minute he was talking. And the good news for Don is, number one, everybody loves Don Terris. Who doesn't like Don? We love Don. And so he was getting all the kudos and all the highs and how are yous and how much we love watching you and way to go, Don. So he was getting support like you couldn't believe. And he had moderators trying to help him keep things going, and he had a bunch of donations coming into him for people who've probably been dying to give him a donation for years. Finally, they could make a donation to the guy because he's live on his super chats. And so he spent most of the show just thanking everybody for the super chats. And I'm sitting back going, way to go, Don. This is great. This is fantastic. I know that he made a video the next day on his other channel to talk about the experience, and you could just tell he's exhausted. Blown away, happy, exhausted, and I was so pleased. And those of you who said hi to him and encouraged him, way to go, you guys. Job well done. I expect nothing less from the TWB family. Folks at TWB were there. I said hi to him, and Tony was a moderator for him, and so it went great. And way to go, Don Terris. And he's now at 101,000 subscribers. Way to go, Don. Keep it going, man. I want YouTube to pay attention to cruise creators. I want those of us who are cruise creators to be discovered by YouTube as a force in the travel area. We get more promotion that way. So thank you, all of you who subscribe to this channel and to subscribing to all the other channels out there who do what we do, talking about cruising and cruise vacations. Speaking of cruising and cruise vacations, I read a story today that really is kind of depressing, but it is reality. It looks like the CDC has made some rulings lately. I'm waiting right now for the inauguration to be done, for the Biden people to step in by the end of the week. I'm waiting for the CDC to start talking. Not too long from now, we're going to hear a lot of news from the CDC. Get ready. The next few weeks, there will be a ton of stuff coming out from the CDC because they are in a war with a virus and they are going to be unleashed. The handcuffs are coming off the CDC and they're going after that virus with a vengeance. They're going to do it the American way, which is fight the damn thing and get rid of it. Gosh, I can't wait for that to happen. We've all been waiting outside of the USA for America to fight the virus. So I'm praying that the CDC really makes it happen. The freedom lovers out there with the AR-15s and the AK-47s, you can shoot the virus all you want, but you haven't got enough bullets to shoot the darn thing. This has got to be beaten by people who really want to get this done. Anyway, I think there's going to be a lot of news coming out from the CDC regarding travel. And today I was watching and reading about travel rules. And this I found interesting. If you want to go on a cruise, who doesn't? If you're here with me now, you want to go on a cruise, of course. But don't we also want to drive or fly into the USA if we're not in the US? I'm not in the US. I'm in Canada. I want to go down to the States. I would love to go to Disney World again. I haven't been to Disney World in 20 years. I can't get down there to go to Disney World. I can't get in there. Wouldn't we like to be able to go to the US to, say, Vegas for 4 or 5 nights? I mean, how many of us just love coming into the United States for whatever it is we love to do there, visit friends and what have you? I got a whole bunch of viewers who watch me from the USA. I kind of would like to meet you people in person and do some meet and greets. Jen and I can't wait to get down to the USA. But the deal now, starting on the 26th of January, that's coming up here in 8 days. You're going to have if you're flying into the USA, you have to have had a negative COVID test within 3 days of you landing in the United States. So if you're on a 10-hour flight, you better have had a COVID test within 48 hours of getting on your plane, because by the time you get to the U.S., you're getting close to 72 hours, especially if you've got a delay in your plans. God help you flyers out there. You're flying from Vienna, Austria to Amsterdam. From Amsterdam, you're getting to London. You took your test in Vienna, and your flight out of Heathrow was delayed 24 hours because of bad weather or fog or whatever the problem is, and you don't get to LAX until hour 73 after your test back in Vienna. You're hooped. You're hooped. You're in the USA without the test. They might come down real hard on you. They might be lenient. I don't know. There are going to be horror stories, and I'll bring them to you if I hear about them. We'll talk about it. But you're going to have a test within 72 hours of landing in the United States. The story goes that if you're going to take a cruise, I'm trying to read this out. I'm not sure if I read this correctly or not. And if any of you out there can correct me on what I'm about to tell you, you do that. Please do that. But from what I read, it sounds to me like the CDC has been saying no cruises longer than 7 days on a cruise. That much we know so far, if and when cruising starts. So the story goes, it seems like you need to land in the United States several days before your cruise under these new CDC guidelines. The first thing is you got to land in the USA with that negative test that you took within 3 days. Number two, you have to be in the States 3 to 5 days to take another test in America before you can board the cruise ship. This is what I'm reading. I hope I'm reading this wrong. If anyone knows, tell me. Then if you're negative, you get to go on to the cruise ship. Now you have a maximum 1 week cruise. Guess what? It's an international cruise. All cruises are international. They don't just go from Miami to Boston and back. They go Miami to Bermuda, Miami to Bahamas, Miami to Jamaica, wherever they're going, and back. When you come back, you have to have a COVID test, a negative test on the cruise ship within 3 days of getting back to the States. So on day 4, day 5 of your 7-day cruise, you have to have another test. That's 3 tests to get back, and they all better be negative. God forbid you caught the virus the day after you left home to come to the States. You brought in a negative test. You took a test 2 days later, and it's positive. Trouble. You're in the States with a positive test. Or you're negative again. You go on the cruise. You test positive on the cruise on the way back, and now you can't get into the States. Or what's going to happen to you? I don't know. I don't know what happens. I don't know how this happens. I don't know what the quarantine scenario is. This could be a mess, an absolute mess. Anyway, that's what I'm reading right now from the CDC in this, transition period from one admin to the next admin. I don't know what to make of it. It is very screwy. Is it any wonder why there aren't any test cruises going on? No test cruises. No cruise line's going to try to do this. How can a cruise line get you and I to their ship, especially from outside America? I don't know how they can do it. It's just insane. This whole CDC thing, I think this is going to become, it might become simpler in that the CDC might be allowed without handcuffs to just do what they have to do. They might be able to work it out where they say no international flights in the United States, period. Just like Australia, no in, no out. You're here, period. You're not going anywhere. Airlines are going to hate it. Travel agents are going to hate it. What about domestic travel? Shut it down. What if they did that to stop the spread from state to state? I don't know. We're going to find out here in the next few days. There could be a lot of happy Americans. There could be a lot of upset Americans, a lot of happy foreigners, a lot of unhappy foreigners, travelers. I mean, it's a virus, people, and it's got to be dealt with because the numbers are out of control. It's scary. The death rate numbers are just shockingly god awful. We're just getting too used to it. I hate how we're getting so used to it. It's got to stop. Other news, I'll tell you here. I've been waiting. I got a heads up a couple of days ago from one of my viewers who said to me, "Hey, I noticed on the Norwegian website for the cruises of Norwegian. I can't make a booking for April. Can't make a booking for April. Now, I went on the website myself a couple of times on Saturday, Sunday, again today, and there's only 1 or 2 cruises that I can make a booking on that happen to have April in the mix. And it's a cruise out of Honolulu on the Pride of America, the only U.S. registered ship in the fleet of Norwegian in any cruise fleet of that size. But one of my viewers told me that starts right at the very end of April, and most of it there's some land. There's a land cruise combination, and it's a hotel thing first with a cruise later, and the cruise is in May. So it's not even an April cruise. It's an April-May vacay, but it's a land cruise combo deal. So I can't find anything, but no announcement was made up until an hour ago before I started this sponsor member show. No announcement was made by Norwegian about canceling cruises until May. So maybe they're waiting until tomorrow or the day after. I don't know what they're doing. But I'll let you know. As soon as I see the announcement, I'll let you know. By the way, cheers to all of you from Bruce in Creston, British Columbia, Canada, where today's temperature was 34 degrees Fahrenheit. Snow has been melting down here on the ground level. We're well. Jen and I are doing okay. We're staying indoors, staying away from people, going shopping very little. We actually, our outage, our getting out of the house usually means going for a coffee to a Tim Hortons. We have a single Tim Hortons restaurant with a drive-through here in town, and we go through the drive-through. We don't get out of the car. And we do that about twice a week, maybe Tuesdays and Thursdays or something like that. And we'll get a little bagel or a little donut or something to chew on. We go to a little lookout area. I made a video about it a few weeks ago. I did a surprise live show from the lookout that you can check out. And we say hi to everybody. And anyway, we enjoyed it very much. That's our outing. And I'll go grocery shopping maybe once a week, once every 8 or 9 days. It all depends. And then just hunker down back in the house. We're waiting this thing out, and we can't wait to go traveling. I had a viewer last week. I've been getting Christmas cards in the mail, by the way. We've been receiving our mail late, but it's coming in. And one of my viewers was so kind. Wes Morrison, thank you. By the way, Wes, you sent me a Costco gift card. And we can use it in Canada or the U.S. I would love to use it in the U.S. in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, 2 hours and 15 minutes south of this house. But I can't cross the border with my car. Unfortunately, it's all shut down. Someone was asking me when we did this video about driving around Creston, someone asked me, hey, can you just drive into the U.S. from where you are? Well, the answer is yes and no. Yes, you can drive into the United States via just south of Creston here. But of course, there is a border crossing there. It's gated. I mean, you can't just drive in and not talk to anybody. No. There's a Canadian side, which when you leave Canada, you can just drive right past the Canadians. But you get to the U.S. side, and that's where all the stop signs are, and that's where all the cameras are. And then you approach. They have a red light and a green light. You wait in line. When you're first in line, you wait. You see the light turn green. You can come up to the gate. You roll down your window, and you get to talk to a border official there, an officer, and you hand them your passports because you can't cross into the United States from Canada by car without your passports. That's been that rule now since 9/11, basically. And they ask you the standard questions. Where are you from? Where do you live? Where are you headed? And when we mention we're living in Creston and we're heading to Coeur d'Alene to go to Costco, he kind of knows the rest of the story. How long are you going to be in town? How long are you going to be in the U.S.? We figure about 4 or 5 hours. And that's usually when the interrogation ends because there's nothing to see here, folks. Hand those 2 old people their passports and let them go shopping in Costco. Coming back, when you come out of Idaho, you pass the U.S. Customs building. They don't care. You're going to Canada. And you come to Canada, you have to stop there. Same routine. But in Canada, coming back as a Canadian, they want to know a couple of things. Where do you live? Creston, great. how long you been out of the country, because that sets up the next question. And so you tell them how long you've been out of the country. 5 hours, 6 hours. Where did you go? We went to Costco in Idaho. Are you bringing back any alcohol or cigarettes? They don't want to know how was the trip, how was the weather. Are you bringing back anything that we can collect duties on? Because you're not allowed to bring back cigarettes and alcohol in 5 hours. If you spend 24 hours, you can bring back a bottle of booze. If you spend 48 hours, you can bring back a little more. You spend a week, you're allowed a little bit more. But in 5 or 6 hours, they can bring the hammer down on anything you bring in. Groceries, they generally don't care. They're very easygoing about it, unless there's something that's being banned. And lately, up until the border shut down last March, we couldn't bring back eggs or chicken. Couldn't bring back raw chicken or eggs for boating. Apparently, U.S. chickens and eggs just aren't good enough for Canada right now. I'll tell you the real reason. The egg lobby and the chicken growers of Canada are a very strong political party. And they make it known in Ottawa, our capital, that they don't appreciate all that American stuff coming in much cheaper than they have to grow it for up here. Because in Canada, you're so heavily regulated with making a product for Canada. So we don't bring that stuff in, but we can bring in Costco ice cream, and I can bring in bagels and canned stuff, and Costco stuff. The coffee we bring in, and no problem. But if it's too much, too high in dollars, they'll nail you. Especially if it's a one-day trip, or if you're bringing in booze. Now we brought in a bottle of booze, and they've let us do it. Occasionally they let you do it, but not every time. And I can tell you right now, you just don't want to pay the duty on a bottle of booze. It's more. By the time you paid the duty on the bottle of booze, plus what you paid for the bottle of booze, you can buy it cheaper here. So you just give it to them. You give them the bottle, and they end up downing it in a drain. They don't drink it themselves. I asked them that. Do you drink it yourselves? No, we're not allowed to do that. We have to photograph it. We have to fill out the paperwork, and then it gets taken away by the border people for auditing purposes, and then it gets dumped because they want to know how much booze is coming in from the U.S. because they might have to adjust the pricing in Canada to keep the number of people from bringing too much booze into Canada. It's so stupid. It's so absolutely ridiculous. It's a money grab. It's a tax grab. And that's what our border guards are. For us as Canadians, they're tax collectors. For Americans, they're asking, are you bringing any weapons across the border? You got any AK-47s you bringing across? But we really don't want you to do that. But if you declare that you have one and you're driving to Alaska, you're okay as long as you declare it. But if we search your car on a surprise inspection and we happen to find a couple of Glocks and some rounds of ammo and a couple of rifles, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble. Don't be doing that. You let them know you got it, and you can go through the paperwork to be allowed to take it in. It all depends on what the purpose of it is. It's not my shtick. I'm not a gun owner, so I don't know. Anyway, there you have it. Canadians coming in, it's different than Americans coming in. And the same into the USA, I'm sure the same thing. Anyway, there you have it. So we can't just drive in. We do have to stop and declare our intentions. And it's up to the officer whether they believe you. They're in a good mood or a bad mood. They've been yelled at by their superiors or not. Your attitude, all kinds of stuff on how it goes. Generally, you show up with a lot of this, a lot of skin on the top of your head where there's very little hair left, and the hair you have is kind of white. It kind of helps. They kind of go, the border guard's 33 years old and you're 65, and they know if they ask you too many questions, you're just going to start talking. I'm just going to tell them what it was like in the 80s. They don't want to hear that. I have yet to have a border official say, "Hey, aren't you Bruce of Traveling with Bruce? I love your channel." They're not talkative like that at all. They don't admit it either. They might be watching, but they don't admit they're watching. But it helps if you're first in line and there's 6 cars behind you at a 1-lane border crossing that we have. There's 6 cars behind you, and you're just going to Costco. Get out of here. We're waiting for the young guy in a pickup truck with his two buddies. We're waiting for those guys. Those guys are fun because we inspect their cars with the sniffing dogs. We find all kinds of stuff. The old farts, we just get them out. Anyway, that's just what happens at our border. Those of you living in Detroit and Windsor, it's a whole different ball game. Those of you in Vancouver, Seattle region, it's a whole different ball game. I've crossed the border from Seattle into Canada. Holy moly, 15 lanes across. Oh, I couldn't believe how many lanes there were. Those folks are in a whole different world. Here in little old Crestonia, where I am, yeah, it's kind of the locals most of the time. But, you know, every once in a while, they catch somebody doing something they shouldn't be doing. But anyway, that's the story. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for joining me. Don Terris, way to go, Don. Traveling with Don. I'm so proud of you, Don. Way to do your first show. I think he's going to do one every couple of weeks. I think he wants to do one on like Saturday nights, maybe 1 or 2 a month. Way to go, Don. That'll be, you know, that's a whole new thing for him and fantastic. And hello to everyone else out there. All of you who are watching me that are YouTubers. Hi, fellow YouTubers. I know a bunch of you catch up with me from time to time. If you watch me on rerun or not, nice to see you here. Tony and Jen in Florida. How you guys doing? I know you're hunkered down like Jen and I here. Again to Sharon and Emma in the UK. How you doing, Emma? I know Emma pops by from time to time. I hope Emma's doing well. She's shut down. You know, she can't go anywhere. They got locked down in the UK. To all the YouTubers that have been on this channel and those of you who have never been on this channel, just watch me occasionally. Greetings to all of you. I hope you're all doing well. And all of you out there who are here tonight, hanging out with me, thank you. If you can spare a thumbs up tonight, please give me a thumbs up for tonight's show. Thank you. I also have to put a special shout out to all of you out there who have been visiting my other channel called Stock Markets with Bruce. That little channel is taking off. It's getting hot. That channel only had about 1,180 subscribers a week ago. Today we broke 1,300 subscribers. We are having the best day ever on Stock Markets with Bruce today for views and watch minutes. And it's all because of one story. I've been following this company called GameStop. They sell video games and shopping malls. And now online, the stock went crazy last week. I had done videos since June of last year when I started my channel, and I've done more in the last week or so, and that channel is just going stupid. Fantastic. Thank you all of you who are watching that channel, giving my videos thumbs ups over there. It is now a monetized channel, so I have 2 sources of income from YouTube, stock market and traveling. I can't wait to go cruising and talk about stocks at the same time. Can't wait. It's going to be great. Got to get to New York and stand in front of the New York Stock Exchange and then go to Bayonne, New Jersey and get on a cruise ship. I can do a video for the one. I can do a video for the other. It's going to be fantastic. So welcome one, welcome all to TWB and Stock Markets with Bruce. Sean Murphy, woo! I bought your. I saw your tip. I bought 20 shares at $9.50 on GameStop. They closed at $35 on Friday. They're going to open at 40 tomorrow because in Europe they traded today. They were trading at over 40 American again. They are going higher. Short squeeze, unbelievable. Anyway, there you have it. Thank you for being here. Comments have been coming in like crazy. I'll try to read some of them. Again, I would love to know your favorite artist. Who do you like to listen to when you're in your car driving? When you're all alone, you got the radio all to yourself. You can turn it up as long as you want. No one's telling you to shut that down. John LeBeau, hey TWB, hello Bruce. Just a quick hi before I get to work. Dawn did a great job the other night. Fred B, hi Bruce. Port Charlotte, Florida, 66. I know it's Carnival raised their cruise prices to cover the cruise credit. Got cruise into June. If I'm not vaccinated by then, I will cancel it. Ken, hi Bruce and everybody from Saginaw, Michigan. Light snow, 30 degrees. Gas prices are about $2.30 a gallon. Welcome Janet, welcome Ken. Thank you guys for sending me postcards, letters all the time. Love it, you guys. All of you people are absolutely wonderful. Michelle, hi Bruce, hope all is well. Thank you, Michelle. Jack Wise, greetings from Conroe. Hey, you doing, buddy? I had a mixed week. The PET scan on Wednesday was excellent. Since then, I've been extremely tired, sleeping and dozing 18 hours a day. I have no appetite. Get better soon, my man. Kirk Brunson, hi Bruce. Kirk from New York City is in the house. Another great 7 o'clock sponsor show, and now we're here for the big show. Tim Bowman, greetings again from sunny Seattle, 48 degrees. Trying to get a vaccine appointment as they just opened up for my age group in King County. Washington. This is good stuff. Washington got hit early with that virus. Way to go, Tim. Jack White's greetings to all my TWB sponsor members. We're here for the big show. Jeannie is here with Bill. East Tennessee, of course. Welcome you guys as always. Stephanie A. Dory just left the sponsor show. Hi again, Bruce. Hi, everybody. The cold is gone for a while. We're in the 60s today and for the rest of the week in Houston. Fantastic, Stephanie. Get better, get stronger for me. That car guy, I'm not 16 yet. Aaron, it's 80s music for me. Ron, I listen to 1060 Comedy Channel. Rebecca, 1980s rock and roll. That's my music, man. Michelle, Motown. I love Motown. Oh, God, I love Motown. I love the 80s. Love Motown. Lance Ross, good day from Sydney. How you doing, Lance? Space Force Cooks, Howard Stern. Hi, I love Howard Stern. I like watching Howard Stern on YouTube. I watch clips of him on YouTube. I enjoy some of his music, his interviews. Paul McCartney and others. I love that. Stephanie, the Doobie Brothers, driving down the highway. Love the Doobs. Love the Doobies. I love that whole album that came out, China Grove. That album, what was it? Captain and Me. You can listen to the entire album, Captain and Me, on YouTube. 40-odd minutes of pure music. Awesome album. Marsha, hard rock metal. Right on, Marsha. James, The Mix, $9.99 was my channel. Aaron, Sweet 98, that was my radio station. Ron Clark, Family Guy, listens to fans listen to Panama. There you go. Amy, good day from Melbourne, Australia. Welcome, Amy Schultz. Tim Bowman, I love listening to country music and classical, then selective vintage R&R on XM. Willie's Roadhouse, KAYO was the country station here in Seattle back in the day. Brian Han, 101 WRIF in Detroit. Dave and Chuck and the Freak. Right on, man. Dave C, 60s music. 77 WABC out of New York City. Sharon, I actually listen to channel 174 on XM because I like listening to French music in the car. I grew up on WABC New York, the great Dan Ingram in the afternoons. Oh, those days of gone by music. Man, oh man. I remember watching a kind of a documentary movie about the Beatles arriving in New York for the very first time to appear on Ed Sullivan. And they had a camera crew with them in the limo as they were driving from the airport into the hotel, the Plaza Hotel, and hanging out with them in the room and behind the scenes for the whole trip. And then they did the show on Ed Sullivan, took the train down to Washington. They were with them for that. Then they took the train from Washington down to Florida. They did the Ed Sullivan show for the second week there. Then they trained all the way back to New York and did the third show, Ed Sullivan, in New York. Mind you, the second, I think they taped the first and the third show in New York, and they did the second show, first show live, second show live, third show taped. They went back to England. Anyway, the behind-the-scenes stuff was fantastic. And what were they doing? They had transistor radios, and they were listening to the radio stations, and they were listening to themselves, New York, WABC, and others, and that DJ. Remember the DJ? Anybody remember his name? He was kind of nicknamed the Fifth Beatle, who was a DJ in New York and who played them all the time, had them on the air all the time, had them on the telephone, live, interviewing them on the air. He was getting all the ratings. I mean, this guy was brilliant. He had the Beatles on the air live on the phone. Then he went to the hotel room and broadcast live from the hotel room at the Plaza Hotel to the New York region. I love it. Was it something the K? Somebody the K. Remember that guy's name? Anybody know? Let me know if you remember. Something the K, something like that. Terry, XM Radio, channel 27, Deep Cuts, and channel 39, Hair Nation. Katie, hi Bruce. I love listening to the Pulse on XM. I love the Moody Blues, Rolling Stones, and the Beatles. Right on. Catherine Bennett. Yes, we have XM Radio, music of the 70s. Mickey's my spirit animal. Hello, Bruce and TWB fans. This is Tracy from New York City. I listen to modern contemporary jazz, CD 101.9. Casey Kasem. It wasn't Casey Kasem. It was Murray the K. That name just came back to me. Murray the K was a DJ in New York, and he was playing Motown and the Beatles, and the Beatles loved listening to Motown, and they had him on the air, and he called them, they talked to him, and then they invited him into the hotel room. They could hang out with this guy, and then they would introduce records, their favorite records that they loved, to the audience in New York. Absolutely fantastic. It was all on this documentary. It was a black and white documentary. I love that. Sandy Robinson, good evening, everyone, from beautiful, sunny, hot Malibu. The Tampa's been in the 80s. I have always loved gospel music and also Garth Brooks. Nothing wrong with Garth. SLGC Mets, Kevin and I listened to the 70s on 7 on the weekend when Casey Kasem's American Top 40 reruns on that channel. That's true. Casey is still on the air. Amy, tennis players here are having tantrums about having to quarantine before the Australian Open. James, why are people surprised that the rules are changing given the new administration is coming in? My guess, no cruising till 2022, and it'll start with a trickle. Dave C., when I lived in TO, 1050 Chum, 1050 FM, Chum FM. What was the signal for Chum FM? Was it 105? Did they have the same number? I can't remember. Johnny V. Bonsoir from Montreal. TWB family, 9 degrees Celsius. Feels like 17 below Celsius with the wind. Gas, $1.16 a liter. XM favorite radio station, 32 U2 channel. I'm an 80s child. Right on. Love U2, the early U2. I love that. Kevin Chapman. Hi, Bruce. You remember Trooper? Oh, yeah, I remember Trooper. Canadian group from the 70s. Saw them live when I was 16. First rock concert, Raise a Little Hell. That's right. Raise a little hell, raise a little hell, raise a little hell. They played that at the hockey games all the time between face-offs. That's right. You remember April Wine? Oh, I remember that. Lighthouse. Oh my gosh, there were all kinds of great Canadian groups. Chilliwack. Oh, I love Chilliwack. Gone, 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 should be gone so long. Should be gone, gone, gone so long. Oh, love that old music. Lance Ross, AC/DC, baby, in the car. Turn up the AC/DC. Kick the wife out. Turn up the radio. Let's go. She wants to listen to Garth Schmaltz songs. I want some AC/DC, baby. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Catherine said, I saw Dawn. Virtual said, I saw Dawn. Kate, I saw Dawn. Gary, NSR on XM radio. Did you mean NPR? Because I listen to NPR too. Kay Palmer, I saw Dawn. Terris. Terry, I saw Dawn. Lance Ross, I was watching Dawn. That car guy, I was watching Dawn on Saturday night. Michelle, I saw Dawn. Jason, I saw Dawn. Kirk, I saw Dawn on Saturday night. James, missed it. I missed it. Marcia, no, I didn't see it. Jason, he did great Saturday night. Great show, said Michelle. Star Rising, no, I missed him. I missed him Saturday Night Live. Saturday, yes, he did well. Facebook user, yes, he was great. Gary, yes, good job, Dawn. Tim Bowman, in my pickup truck, I have an Alan Jackson CD currently playing. Alan Jackson plays some really good stuff. I love the that you know, when he's got guitar playing in there, the guitar licks and stuff. Oh, yeah, and who else do I love? The guitarist, the country guitarist. Jen knows who this guy is. He has a very high voice. He can sing like 4 octaves, and he's an incredible guitarist. And he's an incredible guitarist, songwriter. Started off as a solo artist. Can't remember his name. Had the jet black hair, but not anymore. Not on Roy Orbison. No. This guy was just as popular as Alan Jackson when they were kind of. Vince Gill. Vince, that's what I'm talking about. Vince Gill. Oh, Vince Gill.
That's why you keep Staples.
What's that?
Say that's why you keep.
That's why I keep her. I keep her. And then who's that last name? His last name was Black. Is it Clint Black? Early Clint Black. Oh, good stuff. Oh, we love that stuff. Don't like the schmaltzy country though. Don't like that slow stuff. Tim Bowman, I didn't see him live. Gary, yes, I saw Dawn live. Mickey, I didn't see him live. Nikki, I saw him live. Jerry is going live, another way to make money. Going live is another way to sometimes you get donations from your diehards. But you do get paid advertising dollars on reruns, but you don't make as much on the live shows you do on a regular show. You don't get as many views, generally speaking. But tonight, 116 people are here right now. We were at 150 a little while ago. At the same time, that's pretty good viewing for this channel. Pretty happy about that. Gay Palmer, great show. Have seen him with you and Tony too. Good to have he's Canadian. Yeah, we do have fun when we get together. Jack, as a youngster in the 50s, I tried to pick up and verify as many different stations as possible, both AM and FM and shortwave. At one time, I had over 250 QSL cards. I'm not sure what that means, but that's awesome. Ken, XM Radio currently, CNBC, Fox News, or Fox Business, and Symphony Hall 60s, 70s music when young, says Ken, right on. Jerry, he is promising only 1 live chat a month. Do you think it'll be more frequent now that he's seen how lucrative it can be? Well, I think it's his schedule too. He's a busy guy. He's got a full-time travel agency. He does videos all the time. He's got a second channel now, maybe once a month, maybe twice a month, maybe every 3 weeks. We'll have to keep an eye out. Fred, playing bands. I know what you're talking about. I mostly listen to PBS now, but back then, Led Zeppelin, Whole Lot of Love. There was one lyric says it all. Yes, could not get any satisfaction. Right on. Queen, of course. Sylvia, hi, Bruce. Was watching my cruise that went on exactly 1 year ago with CWW on the Encore, Cruising with Wheels on the Encore. I love watching YouTube videos of Live Aid and the Freddie Mercury tribute concert that was held in Wembley. You ever see those? Unbelievable. You want to watch really neat stuff, watch the video with David Bowie and with the gal from Annie Lennox. Annie Lennox and David Bowie singing a duet, Under Pressure, or the song Pressure. Phenomenal. Just you are just blown away. Just 80,000 people in the audience, 90,000. Unbelievable. And that is 20 plus years ago. I mean, so long ago. Unbelievable. I love watching that stuff. Jerry, lockdowns don't work. By isolating people, you won't prevent the virus from spreading. You'll find you nonetheless. We need as many people as possibly exposed in order to achieve herd immunity. There's a herd immunity believer. Michael, Bruce, is that including state-to-state travel in the U.S.? I don't know. Michael X, I don't know what's going to happen with the going forward with all this stuff. Ron Clark, CDC canceled all test cruises. Jerry, CDC may be at war, but the medicine is going to be far worse than the virus. We'll see, Jerry, we'll see. Larry, hello, Bruce 68, clear in Apple Valley, California. Welcome, Larry, from beautiful Apple Valley. Love that area. Mark, hey, hi, Bruce, just received a call from Celebrity to find out the Edge will not be selling until after October. Any news as to why? Have not heard. This is news. This is breaking news, Mark. I don't know anything about it. I watch the Captain all the time. Gunnar Erickson, thank you for the donation on PayPal. It just hit my channel. Mark, I don't know why that's going on. I watch the Captain. She has an Instagram page and she has a YouTube channel. And she's constantly doing videos from her ship, but I have not heard this. This is news to me. I don't know what's going on. Dan, hello, Bruce. Great show. Anne-Marie from Upper Alaska to Lower U.S. You're moving to Southeast Alaska. It's really difficult to get through Canada. Kay Palmer, you are so right. We're getting numb to the numbers. We all need to remember this virus is real. It kills. It has destroyed many families. Stay safe, y'all. I want to see you on a ship real soon. Virtual Coffee Lab. Hello, Bruce. Mike and Lee Ann from Grouse Point Woods, Michigan. We remember Chum Radio playing when we visited Canada's Wonderland in Toronto back in the 80s. Yeah, Chum FM. Space Force Cooks. There was a now closed loophole where U.S. citizens could cross the U.S. into Canada if they said they were driving to Alaska. But many didn't go to Alaska and they didn't need to quarantine. Yeah, and then they got caught. A lot of Americans got caught red-handed by the RCMP because a U.S. plate sticks out like you can't believe on the highway. Nowadays, you have got to be through Canada in a certain amount of time, I think. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Robert, hello from Boston. Do you still like GameStop? I do. GameStop's going to $100 a share. It's going to $100. It was $35 on Friday. It's going high. It might go even higher. Jack, in the early 70s, I crossed the Canadian border between Seattle and Vancouver. I was questioned extensively to make sure that I was not a draft evader. It didn't help that I had a 3-day beard. You were taken for one of those. Interesting. Jumation, missing our brothers and sisters in Canada. Jack, I was on a train vacation. Interesting. Space Force Cook. Yeah, if you're not driving in, you're coming in on a train, that could be a one-way trip. I see what's going to. Space Force Cooks, driving from the U.S. into Mexico via Tijuana, you'll be brought into a room and charged a $30 fee to cross the border. Sharon, interesting stuff. Let me get that message back up. Here we are. Sharon, laugh a lot. Remember Mel Brooks and Madeline Kahn acting like old people to avoid airport security in high anxiety. Your story about crossing the border at age 65 reminded me of that. All right, on. Rebecca, love your border crossing stories and analogies. You crack me up. Kay, Palmer Trans-Canadian Railway is fabulous. I had it planned for summer 2020, and it just didn't happen. Sean, woohoo! It was your tip. I bought 20 shares at $9.50 for GameStop. Gary, see ya later, Bruce. Take care, Gary. Sharon, we're up for a cruise out of Bayonne, pronounced Bayonne. That's an easy drive for us. Carlos, hello, Carlos. Sean, Earth, Wind, and Fire, September. Love Earth, Wind, and Fire. Jack Wise, K. Palmer. My vacation included Trans-Canada, Vancouver to Montreal, then back to the States. Arc Adventures. Evening, Bruce, Andy, and Andrew here. Good to see you. Welcome, you guys. I got your card here. Right there. I got it right there. They're here. Tracy Smith. Hi, Bruce, from Tracy in Michigan. Welcome. Larry Lewis. Bruce, I am an R&B guy. When by myself, I pump up the XM radio on the Heat channel, baby. Yeah, Larry, R&B. I love Motown, man. I love 60s, 70s Motown. Cannot get enough of that good stuff, baby. Stevie Wonder, his 70s and 80s music, unbelievable. Earth, Wind, and Fire, of course. Ohio Players. I loved Ohio Players when they were around in 73, 74, 75, 76. Ohio Players. Love Roller Coaster. Oh, man, Motown. Darlene, hi all from Turlock, California, 43 degrees, gas 303. Love the Beach Boys. I do too. Love the Beach Boys. Sean Murphy, Bruce, are you still the king of live shows? You're still the king. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Anthony, my fave is the Temptations. Yes, the Temptations, the Box Tops, the Four Seasons. I remember, not necessarily Motown. And the Supremes from the 60s. Oh, someday we'll be together. Oh, and Marvin Gaye, baby. Don't get me started about Marvin Gaye. Here we go. Oh, I love that Motown. Arc Adventure 73 sums up. Sorry, we had to move you to the laptop. The big screen is our St. Louis Blues playing San Jose. Facebook, good evening. I like to listen to Barry White. Oh, and the Sounds of Philadelphia. Remember that? Donato, I love Led Zeppelin. Keeps me awake, man. Yeah. Oh, I said, like, thumbs up here from the eye. Janie, hi, Bruce. I love Bachman Turner Overdrive. We rock down here in Australia. BTO, baby. I saw BTO in a university gymnasium when they had just released their second album. They had not yet hit it really big. They were finishing up their small gigs, and within 3 months of seeing them in that hall with 3,000 people, they started playing 10 to 20,000 at a time. They really took off, and they were fabulous. I really enjoyed BTO. JM, you are high energy, dear Bruce. Hello from Brisbane, Australia, on a sunny 32 degrees Celsius morning, like 85 degrees. That's awesome stuff. Thank you for being here tonight. I work hard on this channel as best I can. Try to keep it entertaining as best I can. You guys give me energy, and thank you so much for all of you being here, all of you helping me with supporting this channel through PayPal donations. Everything else, you guys are awesome. Kay Palmer, Beach Boys, Jimmy Buffett, anything that sounds like summer and cruising, I'm in. Hashinik, stay, I don't know what that means. Luke, hi from Quebec City. Love your show. How you doing? Nikki, in the car, we listen to jazz from Toronto. I used to listen to KJJZ, Palm Springs, California, when I lived there. Love KJJZ, but then I'd start heading into LA and catch the LA stations. Oh, LA, classic rock in Los Angeles, baby. And listening to the NPR station in Los Angeles, they would have live concerts on there. Oh yeah, it's good stuff, man. Good stuff. Cousin Brucey was a DJ in New York City. Says Sharon, right on. Either that or Murray the K. Murray the K is who was thinking about. Casey Kasem. Lori loved Josh Groban in the 40s. Sinatra, Martin Crosby. Have you heard if we need to get repeatedly tested, we have proof of a vaccine? Lori, I don't know. Everything changes the end of the week. It all changes in a couple of days. We'll see what happens. Alan Freed. Remember Alan Freed? Oh, my. Eddie Goldberg, WMCA, good guys. Arc Adventures, Rush and Genesis are two personal faves. Also, gotta like Stephen Martin and the Steep Canyon Rangers. Right on. Michael X. Hi, Bruce 76 today in Phoenix, Arizona. Billie Holiday. Yeah, classic Billie Holiday. SLGC Mets on the Ruddles mockumentary. Bill Murray was Bill Murray the K. Oh man. Mark Adelson, Murray the K and his swinging soiree. Double tail. Welcome. I hope you're a good guy. Carlos, hi Bruce. Let's see here. Maybe not. Maybe, baby. We gotta put someone away. There we go. All right, let's move on. Who else is here? Who else is here talking to me? Thank you, everybody, for being patient with that person. Murray the K. Murray the K. Carl saying hi. Mark, I met Ed Sullivan when he was at the new theater that opened near me. with the late Toady Fields was opening act. I actually got to shake hands with Ed Sullivan. It's a really big shoe. Used to watch it every Saturday night. That was standard viewing in our house. I remember in the 60s. Kirk, listening to Bruce reminiscing about the first concert. Genesis, 84 or so. Phil Collins was great. I saw the Rolling Stones at Maple Leaf Gardens, 1974. Had box seats, probably just, and when I say box seats, that meant close to the action, beside the stage. So the stage was right beside me. The crowd was actually out there. So I got to see the band from the side of the band and then saw the crowd reaction. Loved it. As a musician myself, loved it. And they had a guest musician playing the piano. Billy Preston was their guest musician hanging out. Whoa, pretty good stuff. Robert Band, the Allman Brothers, Carlos, Kid Rock Radio, Arc Adventures, Kirk Brunson, Genesis, always put on a great show. We saw Phil solo in Vegas in 18, also a great show. Lance Ross, love. Charlie Pride, God bless Charlie Pride, rest his soul. Sharon, 79 thumbs up so far, by the way. Fiero, in March, we called the Royal Caribbean, and the rep assured me the ship would still sail for our book cruise in June. We canceled right before the full payment was due. Called a week ago. Told no way, no refund, just cruise credits, no refund. Kid Rock Radio, says Carlos. Fly Everest, thumbs ups for you. Jack, QSL was Morse code abbreviation for a verification code. Very cool. Days gone by. Dave Guido, is there any way you could get 1,650 people like Don did on your live stream? How could I ever get 1,650 people on my live show? I don't think so. Of course, if this was my first ever show, maybe I'd get 1,000 people for the first time. I don't know if Don will get 1,650 the second time, but it was pretty cool to watch. I really was happy for him. Fiero rep was pretty darn stern. We said canceled, cruise credit, no, only way at all, no shape, no possibility of getting a refund. They booked us non-refundable room. We canceled, and so we're shit out of luck. SOL per the rep. That's ridiculous. Facebook user CKLW. Kirk Brunson, Phil Collins, so underrated. Great concerts. Arc Adventures. High Anxiety was one of my favorite movies ever. Here's your paper. Laughing out loud. Ian Evans. Good evening. Hi, Ian. Arc Adventures. Bruce, thanks for putting our card up. That's very nice. Also, you're on our fridge. Fly Everest. When our July Alaska cruise is canceled by NCL, we're taking the money, not future credits. It breaks our heart but think that we will be prudent. Hoping vaccines will make 2022 more cruiseable. Even November, Athens to Dubai on Norwegian, fingers crossed. Fly Everest, saw Genesis live. Wish we could have seen Queen live. Fly Everest, also wish we could have seen the Tragically Hip. Most people in the U.S. don't know them and how great they were. Saw Chicago live twice in the 70s. CNE, Canadian National Exhibition in Toronto. I think it was 1 year apart. We had a year, then a miss, and then a year. That was a great show too. Steph, don't know that, and nobody really knows, but when you do predict that Canadians will be able to cross the U.S. border without quarantines, don't know. Sandy, I love musicals. Kelly, hello, TWB Babbling. Welcome, Kelly Haston, to the show. I think I've caught everybody. I've caught up on everybody at 8:53. Only 53 minutes. I was able to catch everybody's comments. That's pretty good for me. Thank you, all of you, for being here tonight and hanging out with me, letting me know, who do you listen to in the car when you're by yourself and you have control of that volume knob. No one tells you how loud it can be. I know what I want to listen to. Love singing in the car and just rocking out, baby. Oh, yeah, love it. I got lots of music I love to listen to. And then on my computer when I'm working on vids, doing my research, got the music playing, baby. Yes, sir. Motown for sure. Extended plays. You ever listen to Motown without vocals? The Funk Brothers, F-U-N-K. Look up on YouTube, the Funk Brothers, where you can listen to classic songs of Motown without the vocals, just the band behind the vocals. Awesome stuff. You ever listen to the Beatles? Just the vocals. You can listen to the Beatles vocals or just the instruments, depending on how you enter the YouTube search. Unbelievable. Love Beatles music, but when I can dissect it like that, oh, it's even more enjoyable. It's incredible. These guys were good. Yeah, they were good. Kirk saw Chicago Bee Gees, Hall & Oates. Great memories. Yeah, I saw Ambrosia back in about 2007 or 6. Ambrosia live at a casino in in Palm Desert. Great. Really, really good concert. Really enjoyed it. Haven't seen that many live acts, though. Not that many. And now I'm just way too old for that kind of stuff. Art, the wife hates it, but Cirrus 127 in progress. Talk radio. Yeah. Talk radio. That not everyone enjoys that. Sometimes one person does, the other doesn't. You got to kind of find what you like to listen to together. I hear you. I just love the fact that I have XM radio. When Jen and I drive into the States, we listen to the same station the whole time. We drive all the way down to Arizona. We got the same stations the whole time. Don't have to worry about changing nothing. When I didn't have XM and drove into the U.S., it was hell on earth. I'll tell you that. All those local stations, terrible. Stephanie, I look forward to sailing with this group of people, group cruise, as soon as possible. I hear you, Stephanie. I cannot wait for the day when I can announce a group cruise on TWB. Yeah, I can't wait to go with you guys on a cruise, or 2 or 3, because it's been a long time cooped up in the house. But what are you going to do? We got to stay safe. We got to stay healthy. We can't just go out on a cruise right now. There are no cruises right now. So yeah, we gotta hang it out. Just hang out and wait and wait. It's what you got to do. Jeannie, I saw the Stones in Chicago in 1970, 5th row. Chuck Berry opened with his hits and dirty lyrics. The crowd was standing on their seats. 1980, I would think so. Fierro, I think there is a Motown station on XM radio. I think there is too. Yes, can't get enough of the good stuff, man. Love Motown. I love watching documentaries about Motown. Love the documentary with the Funk Brothers. I love the documentary I saw about Berry Gordy. Love that. Oh, anything to do with the Motown. Love it. Can't get enough of it. It's absolutely incredible. The behind-the-scenes stuff, the musicians talking behind the scenes, what was going on. Oh, love those stories. Absolutely wonderful. Take me into that world back in the day. Oh, kids today, no idea. They have no idea. They think their music today is what it's all about. They have no clue. They have no clue. Clueless, these kids. Poor children. What's up, Carlos? Hey, Carlos. How you doing? Rocky, I saw Ray Charles in 1966. Oh, man, you saw royalty. Art, my first concert is gives a little band called ELO. Great concert. Electric Light Orchestra. I remember when they broke onto the scene in 73, 74 on the midnight special. Saturday night midnight special on ABC television. Wolfman Jack and ELO started performing. They were unbelievable. They were incredible. All kinds of new music. I love it. You're all going to laugh, but my preteen self's first concert ever was the Osmonds at the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Sellouts. The Monkees, sellouts. Absolutely. Remember Bobby Sherman? Sellouts. 20,000 fans. Dave, one of my best shows seen was NCL Jewel, was the Four Seasons. I love those songs. By the way, I'm a Motown girl, born and raised. Jeannie, right on. Lance Ross, I'm back. Did I miss everything? You missed everything, Lance. You got to watch it again. Fly Evers, heard interview with Wolfman Jackie at a pirate station just across the border. Apparently, it was a blowtorch. Rebecca, ELO stands for Electric Light Orchestra. Eric, he knows what it is. Don't bring me down. Hi, everybody. Jimi Hendrix in Charlotte, North Carolina. What a show. Oh, man. Royalty. Arc Adventures. Andy and I have a bit of generation gap. My first concert was New Kids on the Block. There's, Andy, you married a trophy wife. You done good, buddy. You done good. Way to go. Job well done. And I compliment you on that. Of course, Jen is a trophy wife. No matter what, she's a trophy wife because she can hear everything I say. Sharon, ELO, Mr. Blue Sky. Mr. Blue Sky is the song I have on my iPod to start every race. I can't wait to have 5K races to do it again. Noah Lemon. Hello, Bruce. Noah, how you doing? How's it going, Noah? Welcome to the show. Rocky, did anyone go to Woodstock? Has anyone around here been to Woodstock? I was 15 when Woodstock was happening. Too young, couldn't have gone. No thought of going, and I didn't want to go. Ron, a small town, Canada. First was April Wine. 40 years later, my first oldest concert one was April Wine. Oh, man, April Wine. That was Jennifer's first concert, April Wine. Oh, my gosh. Yes, we used to have bands play for us Saturday nights at our roller rink. We'd put the band in the middle of the floor, and we'd skate around the band. And we would be at Binghamton Park in Kitchener, Ontario, baby. We had all kinds of bands. But we didn't have April Wine. No, we had kind of the local guys, but we had some good bands playing in those days. Lots of fun. Art, thanks, Bruce. I tried. Laughing out favorite yellow song, Roll Over Beethoven. Jimmy, my first concert, the Beach Boys in 1965 in Detroit. Well done, dear. Well done. That's rock and roll royalty too. Yes. What was your first concert, people? Tell me your first concert. Eddie Money, Paper City Gamer. My first concert, Eddie Money. Right on, man. That's a guy who found music and changed his life for the better. Indeed. Way to go, Eddie Money. Kate Palmer, yes to Woodstock, grounded for a month. Yeah, I went and I was grounded, but you never forgot it. Memories last forever. The Woodstock concert. I remember seeing the movie the first time it came out. Not a very good movie, but I enjoyed it because, there was nothing like it. But the music of Woodstock, oh my gosh. Rebecca, my first concert was Rat and Poison. Oh my gosh, Rat and Poison. I remember seeing BTO and who was with BTO, Bruce? Oh gosh, I forget her name. Susie Quattro. Susie Quattro opened for BTO. Unbelievable show from her show. I thought BTO was screwed. Her show was so unbelievable. I didn't think they could do it. Then they came out and they outdid her. Unbelievable. Stephanie Doherty, the Jackson 5 in Houston. I saw the Jackson 5. Kirk Brunson saw Hall & Oates, loved the rendition of Me and Mrs. Jones. Michael X, my first concert was Heart. Heart, remember that? In the 70s. Heart. Oh my gosh. Concerts. What was your first concert? Do you kids remember your first concert? Big band concert. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. I saw Rick Wakeman after he left the group. Yes, he was soloing. Rick Wakeman, saw him at Maple Leaf Gardens. It was okay. It wasn't great. Rocky, we see the Trans-Siberian Orchestra every Christmas season. If you haven't seen them, see YouTube. TSO, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Very cool. Anthony Williams, my first concert, the Spinners. Oh wow, awesome with all the moves, the dance moves, baby. Yeah, man, the coordination, fantastic. They don't do music like that anymore. They say they do, but they don't. Oh, no, they don't. Yeah, loved it, miss it, and love reliving the memories. Okay, I got to say goodbye. I see a comment coming in from Nikki, though. I'm going to read it. Nikki, my most memorable concert in Philadelphia, Frank Zappa and the Mothers have been mentioned on the bill with John McLaughlin and the Mahashuvanya Orchestra. The Mahashuvanya Orchestra. What a show. What a show. You certainly couldn't see anything that without getting high first. You had to be high to see that too. I really appreciate it, wouldn't you think? Oh my gosh. Although I didn't get high, I didn't do that sort of stuff. I just went to the concerts and I just watched what everyone else was doing and got a kick out of it. So square. SFG is 93 thumbs up. Thank you for 93 thumbs ups, you guys. You're awesome. If anyone out there can put me at 100, that would be fantastic. Kirk, greatest concert. Michael Jackson, Madison Square Garden. That would have been all right in 2001. That would have been some show. Tim Bowman. We've been to so many concerts. I can't remember them all. I think my first one was the Irish Rovers or Amy Grant. There's a difference between one and the other, I would imagine. Oh, my gosh. Slight difference between the two. That's a lot of concerts. That's A to Z and beyond. All righty. Thanks, you guys, for joining me tonight. Thank you for the 93 thumbs up or how many there are. Thank you for joining me. All your support out there today. Appreciate it. Have a great week, everybody. Catch me on Stock Markets with Bruce as well, because I'm over there popping up videos. And thank you for being here tonight and saying hi to me and giving me all the answers to all these questions that I've been asking about. I really appreciate you very, very much. Fun show as always. Thank you. Bye for now. From Rebecca, Jeff, Frampton, America, and Chicago on one night. Hit after hit. Pete Frampton, America, and Chicago. Oh, my God. 97, 98 thumbs ups. 2 more. We got 100. Thanks for another great show. Thank you, Sharon, for that. Everybody, thank you for being here tonight and the support, the thumbs ups, and everything. I appreciate it. Have a great week. We'll see you Friday for the sponsor show, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Don't be missing that. Become a sponsor member right now. Nikki, bye all. Arc Adventures, great show. Have a good night. Jeannie, fun night. Catch you Friday. And keep an eye on the channels. In the meantime, we'll keep popping stuff up. Bye, Bruce. Thank you from Lance. Kirk, 2 great shows tonight. I'm tired. Yes, 2 great shows. 101 thumbs up. Yeah, we did it. We got 100 again today. That is awesome sauce. Thank you all, you guys, for the thumbs ups. I really appreciate it. Tina Turner. I saw Tina Turner. Rocky said, great show. All right, guys. Have a good night. Talk to you later. Bye for now.